Okay, in our previous video we added our guides, and we used the guides to align our text. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to change the font style of our text and we're going to resize some of it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to just go up to, and at the moment your Photopea will probably look like this. I want to go and select the move tool, and I want to click auto select, and I want to click transform controls. Now what auto select allows me to do is when I click on a layer with the move tool, it will automatically select that layer, whichever one I click on. Okay, what the transform controls allow us to do is to get the resize box around our image to make the text bigger or smaller. Okay, there is other ways to enlarge the text which we are going to look at now. So the first thing I want to do is move my menu items down a little bit, down to about here. So to do that, you're going to click on starters, and remember, hold control down, the most the bottom-most left key on the keyboard, and then select all of the menu items. The only two you don't want to have selected is L'Amour and Valentines Day set menu. And then simply get the move tool and literally just move your menu items down, and about to there will be perfect. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is I'm just going to click where it says Valentine's Day set menu, and I just want to move that down here as well. Now you might find that your screen's a little bit small, it's a little bit fiddly to be able to get the move tool to work properly. If you want to make the image bigger or smaller, so if you want to zoom in, if you hold down the control key and keep it pressed down, and if you go to the top right of the keyboard where you've got the add sign, you can then zoom into your graphic. Okay, you can then use this hand down here to then be able to move around the image. Okay, if you want to zoom out, and I'm just going to get the move tool again, hold control down and just press the minus key, which is next to the add sign, and it's in the top right of the keyboard. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the L'Amour title. So what I want to do to select the text so I can resize it is go to the layer thumbnail. Now the layer thumbnail is this white box on the layer. Now with text, you can, if you double click that thumbnail, Photopea will select the text. It will select the text tool for you, and then it will give you the text editing bar that comes up here. So we can change the font style, change the font size, change the font color. We can justify our text, so we can either have it to the left, to the center, to the right. Okay, and we can also change our appearance of the text. Okay, and there are some more text tools here. So for example, if you want to make your text bold, if you click this one, we can make our text bold. Okay, and there are some other ones like italics, so on and so forth. Now we've also got some tools here which are our paragraph tools, which allow us to adjust the position of our text. Okay, but we'll look at those maybe later on. So I'm just going to close that window down because the one we want is this top bar here. So just make sure that you have got your text selected. So just double click on the text L'Amour thumbnail. You're going to go up to the text edit bar, and I'm going to select a font style to use for my menu. So let's find a romantic one. And I want this to, although I want it to be romantic, I also want it to be able to be easily read. Quite like that one. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to make this text bigger so it fits from this margin to that margin. So to do it, I'm going to get the move tool. Okay, make sure you've got auto select and transform controls ticked. Click on our text and literally go to the edge, and I'm going to drag it at one side so it touches the margin, and I'm going to drag it at the other side until it touches the margin. Okay, now I don't want black. Black doesn't really sing Valentine's Day to me. So again, I'm going to go over to the text thumbnail. I'm going to double click it. I'm going to go up to our text options up here, and we want to go on the colour square. And I'm going to make my text dark red. So I want it to be dark, almost like a love red. And if I just click off so we can see the colour, there you go, that's perfect. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to edit the text for Valentine's Day set menu. So I'm going to go to that layer, and again I'm going to double click on the layer thumbnail. So just double click on the white box in the middle of the white box. It'll select the text. We'll go back up to the font style. Okay, let's choose a suitable font, and you could, if you wanted to, use the same font, or you could, if you want, use a different one. I will allow you to have creative freedom. I'm going to go for, let's go down, I'm going to use that one. Okay, now I'm just going to double click the thumbnail again to select it, and I'm just going to do it again because it's not selected my text tool. Okay, I'm just going to click on the text tool. Make sure you've got the text highlighted like it is there before you go to change it. So I'm just going to now just resize it. So in fact I'm going to get the move tool. Now it's resized. I'm just going to stretch it out so it touches the edge of our menu. Okay, I'm then going to get the move tool again, and I'm just going to bring it up to the top, and it should snap to your guide. So when you pull it near to your guide, it should automatically lock onto the side of it. Okay, and you want it to be so it fits right across. Now I can just see that I've not quite got it perfect, so I'm just going to, if I just hover over the edge, and I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. There you go, it's snapped to it now. So if I click off, I'll just get our move tool. Let's click on here. Okay, you can see now that our text perfectly touches the margin, which is how we want it to look. Now what I'm going to do, in fact what I'm going to do just before I move on, is I want to also change the colour of the Valentine's Day set menu. So again, just go up to the thumbnail, layer thumbnail, double click it. Let's go for a slightly lighter red, so we'll go for more and we'll sort our backgrounds out in a second, but I think that works quite well for our text. So the next thing I want to do is I want to change and format the text for our menu items. So I'm going to start off with starters. Again, double click the thumbnail window. Okay, I'm going to go over to our fonts that we've used already, and the font that I'm going to use is Amarante for our food, so I'll just select Amarante. Okay, I'm going to set the colour to be, for now I'm going to set it to be dark red. Now we might change that later on, but we'll have it as dark red. And in fact what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, if I just move the colour picker, I'm going to take it off, and you'll notice you get this little cross. If I now click on that red colour text, it'll select the same red, so the same. So we'll use that for our text. Okay, we'll do the same thing for our starter text. So we'll just double click it so it selects it. We'll go up to our font style. We're going to change it to which one did we use for that? Let me just see again. So Amarante, so we're going to use, because we want it to be consistent, so we're going to find the same font style now. So let's just go around and find it. It's obviously lost it somehow. Aramante. There it is. Okay, and then we're going to set it to the same colour. So remember, click on the colour square, just move the box, just click on the top bar and just move it so you can see your title colour, and just move the cross so it's over the font. Click OK. And then we're going to do the same for mains, so just double click in the mains layer thumbnail. Going to go up to our font style up here, and we're going to find Aramante. Why is it not appearing in there? We'll find Aramante, which is there it is. And then we'll do the same for our roast turkey. In fact, we need to change the colour. Getting a bit ahead of myself. Okay, then we're going to do the same for roast turkey. So go to the roast turkey layer, double click, and then you're going to go up to our font style. We're going to set it to Amarante. Now you don't need to use the same font style as me. If you want to change it to your own one, that's absolutely fine. And I'm just going to use the colour picker, just click on with the cross onto the colour to choose the same colour as our text. And I'm going to do the same for desserts. So go over to desserts, double click the desserts thumbnail. I'm going to go down to find our font style. Where is it? Amarante. Okay, I'm going to click on the colour square. I'm going to choose the colour, and just remember, just move it so you can see your text, move outside, and wherever that cross, if you touch it, so if I touch white for instance, it'll touch white, but obviously we want our text to be red. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing for sticky toffee pudding. So double click the layer thumbnail. We're going to go up to, just do it again, there you go. Sometimes you need to do it twice to get it to select the text properly. Go up to the font style. We're going to choose our favourite one, Aramante, so they're all the same, so our text is consistent. We're going to set the colour to our dark red, so click on the colour square, just move it over, get your little cross and click on the red, click OK. And then if we just click off our text now, we can see that we've now formatted our text and we're ready to go on the next part of our video tutorials.